When it comes to building a business. To some, it's never an easy task to partake, and to some, they have very good stories of how they started from scratch and built their empires to profitability. And that's the reason why Bizna Kenya and MC Moments have partnered to bring you Biz Talks. Biz Talks. And here we shall be hosting mentors, people who have gone ahead of us, people who have created these empires, people who have also on the verge of creating these particular big businesses. And these lessons will be valuable for you, the business person, for you, the aspiring business person, the entrepreneur, so that at least you can make wise decisions when it comes to building that business. So every Friday at 8 a.m. on all business platforms, that's the Facebook and YouTube channel. All right, good morning and welcome to Biz Talks. I know you're there tuned in, sit down hopefully, or maybe grabbing a cup of tea so that at least you can get to learn. And of course, I'm also seated here waiting to learn as well because our guest is in the house. But I must start by first of all apologizing. Why? Because Dr. Fweneke is not here. But that does not mean that Biz Talks does not go on, because you as an entrepreneur, you as a business person, aspiring one as well, you need to keep learning as well. And guess who is always there for us? The resident coach. He's right here, and that is James Karundu. James Karundu, welcome.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Thanks a lot for always being there.
Yes.
Unfortunately, our entertainment guest wasn't able to come, but of course, as you know, you're always a call away for business people. So thanks a lot for making time.
Great. Thank you.
Great. As usual, first of all, before we get into the conversation, what are you having for Melvin's today?
I want the green tea with lemongrass.
Green tea with lemongrass.
In this days and times, we've got to boost our immunity.
Last I checked, you did it with hot water. Is
Yes.
it the same thing?
Hot water always.
Excellent.
Super.
Excellent. Good. You know, we have been having a lot of sessions. If you could flip the cup for me. We have been having a lot of sessions with business people.
Yes.
And a lot of them are local.
Yes.
And there has been conversations about what we're calling BK, and that is Buy Kenya, Build Kenya. And we're saying, you know what, we have to promote Kenyan completely.
Yes.
In fact, it informed why I decided now, whatever I'm wearing has to have a Kenyan touch.
Yes.
And you know, I must tell our viewers, I didn't tell you to put something Kenyan, but you did.
Oh yeah, this is actually by a Kenyan designer.
A Kenyan, in fact, no, let me ask you the question.
Yes.
Who are you wearing? That was a question I was asking.
Oh, who am I wearing? Because I must be wearing something. Now, when I was just dressing to come to this place, I was very, very conscious of what I'm going to put on, and I needed something that's going to stand out.
Yeah.
I needed something that also has a special meaning for me.
Yeah.
And the special element for me is the fact that this has been a custom-made Kenyan design.
Yeah.
And what I love about it is, of course, the striking colors.
Yeah.
And something which is versatile, and I can use at any, a call.
Absolutely.
I don't have to overthink.
Yeah.
And actually for us guys, unlike the ladies, I mean, it's just, I know it's this and this. The formula is there.
Yeah.
Grab it, put it on.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
you know, even in first show with you, that's 3 months ago.
Yes.
And that's actually the reason why we should be talking about how, whether there are developments over the quarter since you were here.
Yes.
I mean, you are still doing Kenyan.
Yes, yes.
So you're
I mean,
a promoter.
for me, Kenya is it.
Absolutely.
Yes, and I really love the Kenyan entrepreneur.
Yeah.
And we're going to be discussing more. But
Absolutely.
they're resilient, they try, and they're super smart.
Yeah.
And they need all the support they can get.
I remember that word, resilience, if you remember it. So if you're watching, please click on that share button right away now, because anyone who is an entrepreneur, anybody who is aspiring to be one, needs to listen to this. And by the way, it's not just for that, even you who is employed. Very important, because I know inside you is an entrepreneurship spirit. Yes. Now, I was to make my choice. Today, let me go masala. I was
Masala.
feeling a bit,
yeah,
you know.
it kind of just warms up the body, the heart, and the mind.
Absolutely.
Can't go wrong with that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Shout out to Melvin's Tea, definitely, where, you know, all flavors are there for you. So go to the supermarkets, get yourself whatever you like, courtesy of Melvin's. Thanks a lot, and shout out to them. So James, as I was telling you, you know, over the last 3 months, the conversation here has been with entrepreneurs. There are many things I've picked out. One of it is across, and this was a surprise. Most of them were telling me they could not even meet demands that are there. And I was surprised, because thinking through it, it's, if those guys had capacity, you know, even this whole thing we talk about unemployment would be a thing of the past, you know?
Yes.
Because with more manufacturing guys doing their work, it means more demand for employees, and then you're wiping out all these guys who we hear are tarmacking, you know?
Yes.
But anyway, before we get there first, there could be somebody who's just joined in for the first time. I would like you to, first of all, just tell them who you are, and then we dive into the conversation.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Thank you, man. I mean,
Yeah.
okay, nothing has changed.
Nothing has changed,
I'm
definitely.
still James Karundu, the entrepreneur mentor, the business coach,
Yeah.
and the founder of PassionBiz Academy.
Yeah.
And entrepreneurship has been a personal journey,
Absolutely.
right from being employed
Yeah.
to feeling that urge to do something,
Yeah.
to having a side hustle, to taking the bold step to jumping out,
Yeah.
and the side hustle becomes the main hustle,
Yeah.
starting another venture, and writing a number of books, including 2 books
Yeah.
we have here, Seize the Moment, and also a book called Becoming an Entrepreneur.
Absolutely.
Yes, PassionBiz Academy is
Yeah.
the vehicle which I use
Yeah.
to pursue this particular venture.
Excellent.
Yes.
PassionBiz. I
Yes.
like the name. Now, it's been 3 months. I don't know which season we are in. Corona keeps coming, going. Now it's in Kisumu. Things are looking another way, and we're hoping it can just be locked somehow and dealt with. I don't know what's your take so far, and how is the, in fact, let me use this term, how is the entrepreneurship landscape?
Exactly. Well, okay, let me tell you, the phrase I was kind of thinking of using was, what's the state of the entrepreneur nation?
I like that. State of the nation. Okay. State
There.
of entrepreneurship.
Exactly.
Nation.
Because it's an entrepreneurship nation.
Absolutely.
Because a lot of people are thinking about it.
Yeah.
A lot of people have started. So what's the state of the nation entrepreneurship? Why is I pulled it off? Hey, this English language. Absolutely. Yes. But anyway, so what's two words? Fluid
Fluid.
and flowing.
Oh, that sounds positive.
Fluid, yes, exactly. Fluid means, things are constantly changing and shifting.
Yeah.
But also flowing, meaning people are taking up opportunities. Opportunities are coming up.
Yeah.
People are looking to tap into them, and
Yeah.
people are even making money, and so there's some cash flow.
Yeah.
And also things are starting to look up a bit. We are not in the tight lockdown scenario.
Yeah.
That's what I meant flowing.
Okay.
Fluid because it's still a changing and evolving scenario.
Sometimes unpredictable.
Unpredictable. I was trying not to use that phrase, unpredictable.
Okay.
That's why I said fluid, meaning kind of changes. But flowing is that
Yeah.
the wheels of commerce are still, slow, in some scenarios moving fast.
Absolutely.
And others starting to move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This conversation about entrepreneurship, James, cannot end. And first of all, I just want to alert my viewers and jump in. That James is also the author of Becoming an Entrepreneur. I have not seen this in Kenya, but Becoming an Entrepreneur, I mean, this is amazing. Because why? If you have all those questions where you're wondering, is this my direction, is this not? James is a go-to person. Now, before I jump into all this conversation, because we're talking about it being fluid, what was the other word?
Flowing.
Flowing.
Meaning, don't stay back. Get into the flow.
Yeah.
Start doing it.
Yeah.
There's opportunity for you there, and so on.
Let's address this elephant in the room, because there are so many employees right now who are staring at, exits at their works.
Yes.
We're still having businesses closing down.
Yes.
Because people were unable to pick back. And we still have opportunities as well, as you told us last time, that
Yes.
people need to open their eyes on.
Yes.
Address these people.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Well, the conversation with the last time was that there's opportunity in every season.
Absolutely.
Including this one.
Yeah.
That and that's also part of the flowing conversation.
Yes.
Now, the book is called Becoming, meaning it's not like an end.
It's a process.
It's a process.
Okay.
For somebody who is then employed and thinking about it, then what you need to do is start with baby steps. Yes, because you see, the whole thing of entrepreneurship is a journey.
Yeah.
And there are people who see someone's entrepreneurship journey is at, let's say, a very high level.
Yeah.
You've established this and this and this. And then they're thinking, I'm talking about the person who's employed now, or the person thinking of diving into the flow, to use the conversation.
Yeah.
They're seeing that level. And somehow they might think that that's where I'm going to start.
Yeah.
You see, entrepreneurship most of the times is done behind the scenes. So
Okay.
I would say start behind the scenes in a small way.
Okay.
Yeah. Think
Okay.
big, start small, but you've got to start today because there's a learning curve. where the rubber meets the road.
Yeah.
No one can save you from that. You're going to go through it.
Yeah.
You're going to be wobbly. You're going to doubt yourself.
Yeah.
You're going to fail. And I would say fail fast.
Fail fast.
Yes. Which fast is this? Okay, the two fasts, FIRST and also FACT. Both of them.
Both of them,
Get in there, slide, fall, pick yourself up.
Yeah.
Because it's in the picking of yourself up
Yeah.
that you discover what you're really meant to be doing.
Wow, I love this. Think big, start small, baby steps. I tell you, I'm taking notes myself, because it's very important for us to do this. Just allow me to just give a shout out to everybody who's watching, and if you're watching, please let me know where you're watching from. Chikumbe Emmanuel, locked from Athiriva, thanks a lot. Wangari Kamanga, always been there. We are looking sharp. We are looking sharp with Kenyan.
Nice.
Supporting local designers and producers, absolutely. Absolutely. Thanks a lot. So let us know that you're here and you're checking it in. So let's dive into some of the things, and I'm picking up things because I've been picking these questions from some of the entrepreneurs who've been here.
Yes.
One of the biggest challenge, and I think you've addressed it, is when to start. And I'm sure because you coach a lot of them, you train a lot of them, there are people who come to you and ask, is it time, is it not time, is it whatever?
Yes.
So I want us to address that because it's another question about scaling up that I want us to talk about for people who are already into the business. So the baby steps, when to start.
Okay, great. So allow me, with just permission, to give you the phases.
That's okay.
The first phase is, let's call it emerging.
Imagine.
So when you start, you're an emerging entrepreneur. You are emerging, literally and metaphorically.
Yeah.
And then there's the thing of momentum. You have your show. The gig is on the road. Now you have a bit of consistency, momentum phase.
Yeah.
And then the next phase is upscaling. Yes. So think of them as three phases. Emerging, which is the startup, the 1 year, the 2 years. You're still emerging.
Absolutely.
You're still learning to walk. You're still crawling. You're still trying to be steady, and so on. Emerging phase, and that is why I say start now, because you still have to go through that phase. There's the learning curve, the starting, the wobbliness, the failing, lack of money, the thing of burning your fingers. You got to do all that. And just to say what we said earlier, start so that you can do it fast and fast.
Okay.
The FRIST, and the FACT.
All of them.
Yes, both of them.
Great.
Yeah, so what's the starting point for anybody who is even watching this? Because that's the biggest question I'm always asked.
Absolutely.
I have 29 ideas.
Yeah.
And then which one should I pick? Where should I start?
And they all look great.
They all look great. And that's the biggest challenge with us as entrepreneurs. We're having ideas popping in all the time. And they're just in the air, buzzing. So which one should I start with? The question is, what's my passion?
What's my passion?
What's easy and effortless? That is the place to begin. So the way I want you to look at it is this: two conversations here, and on the one hand, I guess this one, minor.
On the one hand,
okay, and on the other hand, I guess on the one hand, I want somebody to think in terms of assets. What assets do I have?
Okay.
The assets are the passion. The assets are what's DNA. DNA is distinct and natural ability.
Yes.
The assets are what is the experience. The assets are what have I done for 10,000 hours? It takes 10,000 hours to be the very best in the world. That's something.
You're right.
So what have I done? What is it I've done all my life? The other thing is, what am I called to? What's calling to me? What's speaking to me?
Yeah.
A lot of people ask me, which is the niche? The one in your heart. That is the one.
Yeah. Wow.
So assets, the call, the thing that's troubling you, the thing that you feel it's itching. You've been having that idea for the longest time. Assets.
Wow.
And then on the other hand, well, I guess this one.
The other one.
Exactly. is opportunities.
Okay.
So this is a conversation about assets and opportunities. Wow. So the assets you have must be deployed to an opportunity. Okay? And there are many opportunities in the marketplace.
Yeah.
The opportunities in the marketplace is always about what gap do I see? What gap do I see? What problem am I seeing?
Yeah.
What is this that is either I've experienced the same challenge? What is the opportunity I see in the marketplace?
Yeah.
You see, entrepreneurship, Minor, is all about learning to trust yourself. The people who are looking for formulas.
You can have the guts.
Just the guts, the courage.
Yeah.
And the courage to fail. And today is fast and fast.
Yes.
And then pick yourself up and figure things out. You never know until you start.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are looking for clarity. Clarity is not found on YouTube. Clarity is found when you hit the ground.
Okay.
I hope that's speaking to somebody here. So assets and what? Opportunities.
And opportunities.
And then pick one.
Yeah.
Pick one.
Just one.
Just one.
From the 29, you have pick that one.
Yes, and sometimes some people, I'm like, this one looks good. If you want, you can even do inky, picky, ponky if you don't know what to do. But my point is pick one. Start serving people.
Yeah.
Start serving people. That's when you'll know where the real opportunity is.
I have a question on that.
Yeah.
When you pick this one, should you first of all offer it or start charging on the upfront?
Okay, again, that's the eternal question. The chicken and the egg. You see, money and entrepreneurship, they kind of always go together.
Yeah.
And me, I would say I would want somebody to think long term. You see, what you want to build in the marketplace as an entrepreneur is trust.
Okay.
What you want to be is to be a trusted problem solver.
Okay.
That's all you want.
You're right.
That's why it doesn't matter where you start. What you want is, you see, it's in the DNA of every entrepreneur to help someone solve a problem.
Yeah.
So there's a high chance you build trust by doing something.
You're right.
I keep saying serve before you sell.
Yeah.
So I would ask myself, where can I be of service to this particular person?
Wow. There you have it. Deploy your assets to the opportunities now. You have some moment. I think somebody needs to sit down, really examine themselves.
Yes.
Look at your 29 things. Which one is this? Is effortless, as you say?
Yes.
Is it? And then flow. I like the DNA.
It's in you.
It's in you.
Yeah.
DNA, I tell you.
Yes.
Now, you've mentioned something that has hit hard. Trusted problem solver.
Yes.
And I must say this, James, and I've seen it even on this table, where someone, especially some of them are service providers,
Yes.
and others are even producers. They will promise things that they know deep inside they may not be able to deliver. And in general, what I'm speaking about is values that you should stand for, so that at least even as you're making baby steps, you're not trying to pretend that you're something else. Let me just give an example. When Flora was here, she said when she got her first opportunity to supply tea, she went to Serena, I think it was Serena Hotels, and the manager looked at what she was supplying. I think it wasn't tea, it was some table salt or something,
Yes.
And immediately he told her, okay, give me I don't know how many dozens, crazy numbers, by I don't know, tomorrow. And you see, for her, she knew definitely she didn't have that capacity.
Yes.
But somehow, somewhere, she still managed in a way by explaining and being real to the people. My question is this: I see a lot of people, and especially service providers,
Yes.
who don't have this solid values.
Yes.
That their word is their bond. I don't know. What are these values? First of all, every entrepreneur should have. That's the question I'm throwing to you, so that at least you can build this trust that we're talking about.
Well, the key thing here is this.
Yeah.
Integrity is number one.
Number one, definitely.
Miss integrity,
Yeah.
you've missed the whole show by 1,000 miles. That if you have no intention of being a
Yeah.
person of integrity,
Yeah.
and integrity means wholeness, that there is that thing of saying, okay, great, I'm going to do my best to do this.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
But don't go saying you're going to do stuff which deep inside, number one, you're not committed to, you're not going to deliver, just for
lovely.
a quick buck. That is the worst thing you can ever do.
Yeah.
The entrepreneurship house is built on integrity.
Yeah.
And integrity means wholeness.
Yeah.
So if you don't have wholeness, then you have a shaky house.
Wow. My goodness.
Be your word.
Yeah.
That is the long and the short of it.
Be your word. Your word is your bond, definitely.
Without a doubt.
Hey, Wangari, trusted problem solvers. Serve. New words learned for keeps, absolutely, for every entrepreneur. Samuel Baraka, very informative, absolutely. Take note, Samuel. He was here. He does amazing peanut butter and good stuff that I'm still enjoying in the house. Peter Mwangi is watching from Laikipia University. Tuko hapa sana kabisa. Ambia watu wa Laikipia salams. And we appreciate. I hope you're looking forward to some serious entrepreneurship journey, Angela Ochieng, Lachlan Zimmerman, absolutely. Thanks a lot for checking it up. So let us know. Keep talking and, of course, reacting to some of these amazing tips we're getting right here. Now, we have talked about the baby steps and, of course, a bit of the values that we need to look at and to embrace. And I think, I don't know, I feel like I need to emphasize on that. It is important because even in those baby steps, as you're saying, you know, you develop a clientele that trust you fully. And they're the same people who refer you, is it, to others and say, this one, their word is their bond. Once they say they will deliver, they will do that, you know. And I think that's something. Did you want to say something?
Yes, I wanted actually, because you're talking about baby steps. The key thing here is this. Your client must experience a breakthrough. That's the long and the short of it.
Oh, okay.
Because you started talking about referrals, etc. I was like, hey, hold on.
Let's not jump there.
Let me tell you, let's talk about what the baby steps are all about.
Yeah.
And where the trust is built.
Yeah.
Trust is built on results, outcomes, breakthroughs.
Oh, yeah.
That's what you're seeking to do.
Yeah.
Even when you're serving upfront and sometimes you're not getting paid, what you want is your client to have a result, even a tiny little one.
Absolutely.
Upfront, even before the service. Maybe the paid service. So I want the entrepreneur to know it's always about breakthroughs, results, outcomes, delivered with peace of mind. That is really what it's all about.
Okay.
So you start small and you make sure that that client has experienced a breakthrough.
I like that word, breakthrough. That is satisfaction ultimately.
Absolutely.
They have what
matters sorted, cleared, and now give them peace of mind because of the interaction, because of the connection, because of your understanding, and, you know, to quote a phrase, tuko pamoja. And this has nothing to do with any other conversation out there.
Tuko pamoja lakini yani kibiashara.
That way.
You know, I mean, this is very important because I have seen big giants, big companies lose business because some other small ones who are so committed, your words, so committed and ensure their clients get breakthrough, end up getting this business. And these big guys are crumbling down because, you know what, they had so many things in their hands and all of a sudden, hello. And I think that's a problem as well when you're scaling up to become big, which I want you to address now.
Let's talk about the scaling up now. The scaling up happens one customer at a time.
Okay.
That's the way it goes. Because if you do a good job with someone, almost without a doubt, you're going to get a referral.
Okay.
Because breakthroughs means something has shifted in the life of that person. And when something shifts, you can't hide it.
You cannot hide.
So it's going to be, where did you get this? What did you, something like that. You know, so scaling then starts from not, you know, thinking of how I'm going to get 1,000 customers, but how I'm going to serve 10 customers and give them a breakthrough.
Wow. So you need to think of your, I don't know what word to use, of your core. I don't know.
Well, let's just call it that customer, that customer with whom you have a good rapport with.
Absolutely.
So you have to ensure. Remember, upscaling is about the building blocks. So the building blocks are the breakthrough we talked about and the trust. This is where the upscaling conversation kicks in this manner.
Okay.
The moment you solve one problem, automatically the next one kicks in. That's how it goes.
Okay.
I mean, the moment you finish Form 4, the next conversation is uni, college.
Absolutely.
That's the point. So customers' problems don't end
when you solve just that one.
The next one kicks in.
They keep coming up.
So this is now the upscaling then is, how can I serve this customer deeper, further, for longer?
Wow.
That's the upscaling mindset. How can I continue to serve this customer deeper? You know, how can I serve them longer? How can I, you know, what other problem does this customer have? You see, there are two levels of problems and breakthroughs. There's always a surface problem and the surface issue, Maina.
Surface problem and surface issue.
Exactly. And that's what usually you are dealing with when you start. So when you solve that and they have a breakthrough, the next deeper problem emerges. That is it. So, and I'm thinking about what I've done with, my other venture is I run Kumon centers for math and English.
Absolutely.
So a parent comes with, they need help with their child. And, you know, obviously, you know, it's math and English. So the surface issue is they need help. You know, this child is struggling with tables and fractions, etc. But I know
Yeah.
as a service provider, there is more.
Yeah.
However, I must solve this that has been presented.
Wow.
So we work with the child through the program. And of course, I know the deeper issue is confidence.
Yeah.
The child doesn't focus or concentrate.
Yeah.
They need better structure. They need somebody to give them just that boost of self-esteem.
Yeah.
So we do all that, and the child starts doing well. And then almost automatically, first of all, the parent is so like, wow, I can't believe it.
Yeah.
So obviously they become your advertisers. So
Absolutely.
suddenly you get a referral.
Yeah.
I went to so-and-so's home and I saw this child seated, focused and doing their work.
Yeah.
Like, I want that.
Yeah.
And then something else that happens is this. We start realizing that this child actually really needs help with English.
Yeah. Oh.
So, by the way, also English. Oh, by the way, the younger sibling, do you take the younger ones?
Another
so
problem.
But the point is this. It started with you solving what they presented.
First.
That's what I need the listeners, the people
Okay.
watching. Solve what they have presented.
Yeah.
Think long term.
Yeah.
So the upscaling then, there are two conversations. I've given you the mindset, I've given you how you do it.
Yeah.
But let's go to operationalizing that. Did I pull that off? Operationalizing?
Yes, you did. You did.
Yeah, Sawa.
I don't want to try, but go ahead.
Okay,
Yes.
Sawa. Hey, don't ask me to say that again. But my point is this. One must start putting together a team. Upscaling cannot happen solo.
That's true.
So you've got to start putting in teams,
Yeah.
structures, and processes.
Yeah.
And that's really even how global organizations are built.
You're right.
I remember meeting someone called Dr. Ivan Meisner. He's founder of BNI, of which I'm part of.
Yes.
I met him in a conference in Bangkok, and I asked him this question: how do you build a global organization like
Yeah.
what he has done?
Yeah.
His answer was simple.
Because it's
It
very
is-
big. BNI is very
Exactly.
big. My goodness.
Start documenting what you're doing. Start putting in teams.
Yeah.
Start creating repeatable processes.
Repeatable processes.
Start streamlining how you're offering it. Start bringing in team members
Yeah.
who can help you.
Yeah.
And for most of the times, you want somebody to help you maybe with the admin, so that somebody is keeping an eye on the admin part of the business, including payments, follow through, and customer service, as you continue with service delivery, because you can't do everything.
Yeah.
And from there, you want to start finding a way of duplicating yourself, or by finding somebody who can do what you can do.
Okay.
They may not do it perfectly,
Yeah.
but hey, perfection not required.
It's not required.
Only the right kind of mindset, only that willingness to serve.
Yeah.
And I'm saying this because that has been my own journey.
You're right.
Yet at first it's just me doing the stuff by myself, and then you
Wow.
start realizing the dream requires team members and people to support you. So meaning then you have to start now, thinking a little bit higher.
Yeah.
Stepping a little bit higher in terms of the conversation.
Yeah.
You start becoming an account manager.
Yeah.
That's how the upscaling starts, by you now removing yourself from the direct service provider to the account manager.
Account manager now, because you have people with you now.
Because you have clients.
Yes.
And then you have people who can serve those clients.
You're right.
That's how it basically goes.
And you can build all the way to a global scale.
That's my point. And then eventually,
Yes.
you get somebody who is the account manager, and then you step up to another role.
Wow.
That's how upscaling happens.
And you keep stepping up
Absolutely.
to the Jeff Bezos of today.
You gotta have a dream.
You gotta have a dream, absolutely.
Everything starts with a dream.
Yeah.
And
You're
everything
right.
starts with that start. We're saying start today.
You're right.
Yes.
I have a question on that. There's something I picked and I wanted to ask you.
Yes.
This could be so layman, but hey, there is this 80-20 principle where the 20% is the one that really matters and brings forth the 80. Does that also apply to business people with regards to your journey of scaling up? And I'm just asking it the way I'm thinking it, like you got your 20% here, this were the core, and they're the ones who have managed or helped me scale up to this. Does it still apply?
Yeah, and I love it how, Maina, you always ask me just the perfect questions. I love this because
Yes.
The 80-20 rule must apply. And remember, as an entrepreneur, one of the elements is thinking. You must have put time to think, step away, go to Karura for a whole day, think, meditate about what you want to do and where you want to be.
You're right.
and so on.
And I've seen some of your pictures.
Exactly. Well, I do that. I do that. I do those personal retreats because I want to think and see what is my 20%. What is my 20%?
Yeah.
What is the 80%?
Yeah.
And when it comes to upscaling and managing your business,
yeah.
you've always got to know this is my 20%,
yeah.
and the 80% is done by my team members
yeah.
or by the systems
yeah.
that I put into place.
Wow.
So it applies. In fact, I would say, think about it like becoming the 80-20 entrepreneur, something like that. I should write a book on that.
That's a nice one.
yeah. Because that's what it's all about. I mean, start looking and even documenting your customers.
Yeah.
Who are your 20%? Who are your 20%? Every business has their 20% that gives them the 80%.
You're right.
So those clients must be treated like VIPs.
Yeah.
You've got to serve them,
babies.
make sure, give them phone calls, find out how everything is going. Find out they're sorted. We said results, breakthroughs. Remember that's what he said.
Yeah.
Make sure they're okay, they're satisfied.
Yeah.
And that is how you're going to continue to grow your business. So the 80-20 rule in anything you're doing, think about it that way.
Wow. My goodness. Did you hear that? That's a deep one. Hey. And I think that's where people go wrong, that you forget you're 20.
Yes.
And then you start concentrating all this all around and all that. And by the time you lose your 20, you're thinking that you're all good and you come down crumbling and you don't know what happened or what hit you. You better take care of that.
Yes.
You mentioned something about skilling up, and I felt I have to ask this one, because I have a dream too.
Yes.
So
I have a dream.
I have a dream. Employees.
Yes.
This is where I hear if you get them wrong,
yes,
you're done as well.
Yes.
I mean, your upscaling will be derailed big time. And as you say as well, you can't be a one-man show. Definitely, you have to now think of training and doing all that. I know I hadn't even prepared you for this, but I'll throw it to you because you're always the coach.
Yes.
How do you get to know
the right
this is the right person?
I knew the question. I really love this flow, Mina, because you asked me just the perfect questions. Okay.
Yeah.
Remember, I said team members.
Team members.
I want the entrepreneur to get those two words. Team members.
Wow.
I did not say employees.
I like that. Team members.
That's the point. So what you want to look for is team members. You want to build a team. So stop thinking employees.
Yeah.
Think a team.
Team.
So in a team, then everybody has a role and the perfect role.
Yeah.
So you want to see what are my strengths. Where do I need? Remember the meditation, the taking time out, go out there, meditate on your business, think about what you want to do, and see where is my strength.
Yeah.
What sort of support do I need? What sort of person do I need?
Yeah.
It's always about the person. And I've been blessed to have team members who have been with me for, like, let's say about 10 years.
Whoa.
So
those are good team members.
Yes. I mean, remember when you used to come to our place there?
Absolutely.
My team members are still there. And team members will stay with you if you provide the right atmosphere for them to grow and to discover themselves.
Yeah.
And some element of autonomy.
Yeah.
So obviously it's a training scenario.
Okay.
And sometimes it's a bit of a hit and miss. But this is what I said earlier. It's always about learning to trust yourself.
Okay.
Ditch the CV.
Yeah.
Trust your gut. Have a chat with the person.
Yeah.
And the way I recommend is you can have people coming and hanging out with you. I always say, come, hang out with us.
Yeah.
Don't be quick to sign on the dotted line.
Yeah.
Just hang out, see how it goes, see the energy.
Yeah.
But the ideal person, if I can give a quick tip, is somebody who sees the opportunity as a step up. So it doesn't matter, even if you're a startup.
Yeah.
There is somebody who is going to value the opportunity to work with a startup.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow. For them, they see it as a golden opportunity.
That's what you're looking for.
Yeah.
So, and you cannot be able to discern that unless you interact. So I always say, don't be quick to sign on the dotted line. Don't be quick to sign people on.
Yeah.
Get a chance to interact. You can even do a trial scenario.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love doing trials. Come, hey, let's see how this is going to work out. Maybe there's this I'm going to give you here, but let's see how this works out.
Okay.
And that gives the person the opportunity to be themselves.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is lovely. My goodness, you're getting free tips right here with James Karundu. Now, I threw in a question,
yes,
and I just want to put it as it is, to guys on my social. And this is the question I asked, given a chance to ask anything about starting or getting into business or side hustles or investments, what question would you need answered? And I got several questions, 15 plus,
Bring it on.
So I want to throw it to you. I know you have not even seen them, but hey, I have about one. This is Samuel Baraka, and he's actually watching. Okay, yeah. I have 100,000, Bob. Which business do you think I should invest in?
I love this. Okay, so this is always so interesting.
Yeah.
That I have 100K. First of all,
yeah,
that's an amazing place to be.
Yeah.
When you have 100K.
Yeah.
Because at least you have some bit of capital.
Yeah.
Now, of course, there's always the myth of what I don't have is capital.
Yeah.
But that's a story for another day.
That's another
day. But at least
yes,
we have 100K somewhere.
That's a lot of money.
I wouldn't even touch the 100K myself.
Oh.
No, I wouldn't.
Okay.
Yeah, I would not touch the 100K.
Hey.
What I would do is think in terms of, I call it one person, one problem, one solution.
One person, one problem, one solution.
Yes. I would think like a startup without money. That is my point. That because he has the 100K,
yeah,
I wouldn't deploy it at first. I would say start with 0 and then deploy it a little bit later. So what I would ask the person, so who is the one person you want to serve? Entrepreneurship is about serving a person. A niche is a type of person.
Yes.
So what is the problem that you are the very best at solving?
Yeah.
What is this problem that is in your DNA to solve?
The one that you do effortlessly.
Effortlessly.
Yeah.
And so I would create a solution. So assuming this person is let's say, can I just give an example, a scenario?
Yeah.
So I don't know. So what did he say what he does or what's his background?
I know he does a lot of peanut butter and all that.
Okay.
But for him to ask this question, maybe he wants to diversify. I don't know.
Okay, Sawa. Whether it's peanut butter, so a bit of home manufacturing, cottage industry, something like that. That's what I'm getting.
Yeah.
But also, even if it's just a pure service, I'm a graphic designer.
Yeah.
The literally kazi ya kufanya na mkono, metaphorically.
Yes.
Of course, there's brain work and then mkono ndio inafanya. But I'm thinking somebody like that. Okay, so this is peanut butter. So it's a physical item that you are preparing.
Yeah.
So for peanut butter, the first thing I would check is who is the best person to target for this?
Who is the best person?
I would look at families with kids.
Yeah.
Families with kids. And in wherever place I'm in, I would start looking to see which schools, which families, which sort of places, where do they go?
Yeah.
And then the easiest way to reach your market is a flyer, a simple flyer, and a WhatsApp status.
Cost you almost nothing.
Yes, and of course going online. But the point is this: what would I deploy? Let's go back to deploying the 100K.
Yeah,
I would deploy it in marketing and promotion. That is what I would use it. I would deploy it with visibility activities. Yeah. Because the biggest challenge we have as startups is being the best kept secret. So to me, I would deploy that money towards visibility and presence and something that gets you to be seen, known, and heard. Maybe I would create a small video. Yeah. Because it's a small video, shareable. Absolutely. I would create fantastic graphics in terms of posters. I would go online and create a Facebook page. Yeah. And then create a fan page, and then I advertise. You're right. I pay a small bit of money to advertise, targeting a particular audience in a particular location. You can do that on Facebook, you can do that on IG. Yeah. That's where I would begin. You're right. Yes. You're right. Lovely. Goodness, Lord. Samuel, you have there an answer. Let me throw another one. Bring it on. There could have been many questions I would have asked out of that, but hey, that was for Samuel. How will you know which business is good for you? That's another question. The business that is good for you is the business that is also good for the person you want to serve. Okay. So you also need to think about it has to be good for both of you. Yeah, you're right. Because it has to be a meeting of needs. That back again always to the niche. In fact, niche clarity is always there. That's what the conversation is. Okay. So the business that you start is the one that is good for you and also good for your customer and also good for your pocket in terms of income. So a lot of people start businesses that are not bringing them money. And obviously when you start, you're not always going to get the money, but you've got to do a bit of course correction. That is why I'm saying start, so that you can fail fast, FRST, and also fail fast, so that you start discovering where the real opportunity is for money. So it's got to be good for you, good for the customer, and also good for your bank account.
Wow, lovely. Olilo Vector. How to raise capital when you have a business plan but no funding?
Again, a classic question.
Yes.
Again, we had the one who had the 100K, and then most people have the business plan but no funding. Again, this question keeps coming up again and again and again. So there are two conversations there. Number one, is it a small startup enterprise, or is it funding a big manufacturing concern? So I want to deal with both of them. So the first one is the startup scenario, always start without money. That is the best place to begin. To start without money. There is something good about not having money when you're starting, because it teaches you to really, really focus on serving customers.
On the service, yes.
And giving them results. Because it's only when they have results and transformations that now you become a trusted solution provider.
You're right.
And sometimes when you have the money, you may not have the humility to do the work needed to get trusted.
That's true.
So to me, I think it's not a bad place to be when you don't have the money to begin. But remember, today, all you need is MVP, minimum viable product. So I would start with the smallest target group I can focus on. I would start with the smallest vehicle I can put on the road, whether it's a boda metaphorically in the form of a product or a service, or like a little Uber. So I would find a way to start serving my clients. That is my point. Stop looking for money. Start serving clients.
Serve clients.
That is the point.
Think service first.
Think service first, because a lot of people spend time on research and the business plans and so on, and all those things are nice. But it's more of a distraction in my view. And I'm not saying that you don't write a business plan, but I'm saying when you start, the game plan must be serve clients today. Whether I'm getting paid or not getting paid, versus going through your business plan.
You're right.
Once you've written it, you have a good basic business plan, put it in the shelf, hit the marketplace.
By the way, you've just reminded me, there's a friend of mine who I know, 5 years ago, had an amazing business plan. Those PowerPoints that move nicely, showing how they will deal with it. It's still in the desktop.
That's my point, because the challenge is not cash, the challenge is not capital. You see, somebody is looking at resources, yet the challenge is how resourceful can I be? So let's contrast resources and resourcefulness. Resourceful, you are full of resource within yourself.
Absolutely.
Serve clients, hit the market, start serving clients, start asking for upfront payments, deposits, installments. That's how you start funding some of these things.
You're right. And can I ask this, by the way, would you advise this and say, sometimes when you have this golden idea, just start it. Some things will fall in place.
I mean, let's put it this way: everything is figure outable, and that's actually
that's the book that you're about to talk about.
Yes, I mean, I like carrying that book to remind me as an entrepreneur that the key thing is the goal, the dream, and the target. And then there's the details of how I'm going to get there. And the key thing is start, and then everything is figure outable.
I like that.
So, but allow me to talk about the other one who has a bigger, like a bigger concern that they, something big that they want to, the earlier one was the startup, you're starting, etc. Get away from the business plan, start serving clients. I mean, I guess we've covered that one.
We've covered that.
But let's go to the other one that this is a venture that is going to be in tens of millions and so on and so on. Obviously, you've got to have the money. Without a doubt, you will need it. But the way I would look at it is I would think of it in phases. Still the same scenario. I would say phase one, you still need an MVP, you need a prototype. People are not going to give you money if you don't have anything to show.
Absolutely.
So I would say you've got to maybe start small scale. So, do you remember building trust?
Absolutely.
That is the point. There's a high chance you might need investors. There's a high chance you may need to build your capital.
Yeah.
So, it's not lost. It's just that you're going to do it in phases.
You're right.
And also as an entrepreneur, and especially if you have a big dream, you have to think long term.
Wow.
When you think long term, there's going to be the period for building capacity and building trust and building your funds and so on and so on.
You're right.
So that's basically how I would tell the person that yes, you do need funds, but again, think long term and start doing something.
Wow.
Back to the same conversation, start serving clients.
Start serving clients.
Yes.
Hey! And everything is figure outable. We're going to talk about that book because I know you have it here on the table.
Yes.
Let's first of all answer some more questions here. Clara Gidaiga. Where does one get an angel investor, preferably a silent partner? What a question.
Okay, this is so interesting. Where does one get an angel? And hold on, and then very specific, a silent one.
Silent partner.
Let's put it this way. The conversation still is the same.
Yeah.
No one is going to invest in you until you have something that is going, something that is succeeding. So I would say first, succeed.
Succeed first.
So that you build a track record.
Yeah.
You know, because you see, people invest in you.
Yeah.
So have you built, you know, a client base?
Yeah.
Do you have people, success stories? Do you have good systems and processes? Are you, do you have records, your business records? Have you been filing returns? You know, those sort of things. So one has to be running their business properly before an angel investor, silent or loud, if there is one, can come on board. But you attract them. That's the answer.
Yeah.
You
attract
them.
Okay.
Because the angel investor is like any other person. They are looking and seeing this million here. Can I get a faster ROI? With this particular venture. So the angel investors are usually looking for businesses that are investor ready.
Investor ready.
So you've got to get your business investor ready.
Okay.
And I know that there are people who can help you to do that.
Okay.
Yes. So I have a number of friends whom I've mentored, and they can help your business become investor ready. Again, it's a phase. It's a process. There are a number of things that must align before you become investor ready.
Okay.
Now, in terms of silent partners, typically it's always the person who doesn't want to be seen.
Okay.
But I'm not so sure I like the silent partner idea in my view, because silent partners come in because they have given you something and they don't want to be seen. And it's not that it's bad and it's good and hey, may they all come.
May they all come.
But the point is this, that you've got to have it properly structured. And that's the challenge with silent partners. That those sort of deals and conversations are not always properly structured and there's always trouble ahead.
Wow. A lot of things there. My goodness, Clara, you have your answer there, but I have a question within that question. This is personal as well. How do you know? Because you have the client base, as you've said. You have even testimonials and all that. And now you're thinking, I need to scale up.
Yes.
And maybe this is one route where you get an investor, there are those venture capitalists as well who can come and pump in money and all that. How do you know that my business is ready to, shoot to the heights now after you have established all these things, Is that a training that someone needs to go into, or, how do you figure out this?
So how do you know it's time for me to move to the next level in my business?
Absolutely.
Back to how we started. You started because of something that it was easy and effortless. There was an opportunity you saw in the marketplace. So this is always the same. The fundamentals don't change. So you've been running this, you have this and this and this, and then you have spotted an opportunity.
Wow.
An opportunity that cannot let you sleep. So if you're having a good night's sleep, then you're not ready. So it is this opportunity that keeps bugging you. And then you decide, I'm going to figure this out. I'm going to go for it. When you make that decision, then automatically the next question is, what is needed? And for most of the times, you need to pump in money. So, but the straight answer is, an opportunity you want to pursue.
All right. So you got to see that opportunity.
You've got to see it, and it's got to be really speaking to you and causing you sleepless nights.
Yes.
And so if you're having a good night's sleep, then that's not the opportunity.
You're right.
Yes.
I'm going to ask you this because, especially for people who are in the service industry, and I want to put it a very practical example to you here. All right. So let's say there's a DJ.
Yes.
They provide their public address system and all, but there's also a second DJ who does the same thing. And so many businesses are like that. And I know this is a question someone had asked sometimes, you know, I have people who are also doing the peanut butter.
I mean,
and all
how
that
do I
and all
stand
that,
out?
you know? How do I
How do I stand out?
That's what I can scale up.
Yes.
That's the, I'm sure that's a question you have seen
all the
many
time.
times.
And again, don't forget I'm an entrepreneur.
Absolutely.
So let's not forget, I'm in the game myself.
We're in the same boat.
Yeah, because in terms of, there's always, you know, you see something who is somebody who is a business mentor, or they're offering this, and every time you look at it, sometimes you're like, mine doesn't feel like that. I don't know if I'm speaking to any particular viewer here.
I have seen people,
yes.
Yeah.
So, but let's put it this way.
Yeah.
There is one thing that cannot be removed from you, and the one thing that makes you stand out is the connection with your clients. You see, it's the connection with your clients.
Yeah.
You see, not every, even if you see different people, don't get too worried. Those different people are not the ones who pay you.
Yeah.
The person who pays you is your client. Focus on your client. Serve them better than any other person.
You're right.
You'll stand out.
Yeah.
So don't get too worried about what you see out there. And always know there's someone for you. There's someone who wants, am I talking about relationships or business? Okay, business is about relationships.
You can't escape that word.
Absolutely. Business is about relationship. How strong is your relationship?
Yeah.
How strong is your relationship? And the only way out here is get married, metaphorically, to that niche, that customer, and serve them better than any other person. That is how you will stand out. Standing out is not always about what you're seeing out there. What you're seeing out there is not necessarily standing out. Standing out is how long have you kept this client?
Yeah.
Where am I on this with this client on the client journey?
Yeah.
Have I moved from the surface issues to the deeper issues?
Yeah.
How well connected? How strong is that bond?
Wow.
Standing out is not what you're seeing, what you think it is.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of stuff out there. Anyone can put stuff out there.
True that.
What results are you getting for that customer?
Yeah.
What transformation is happening in the life of that customer?
Yeah.
That is what makes you stand out. Wow. So the amazing thing is this. So standing out is not what you're thinking. Standing out is what your customers are saying about you.
Wow.
What's changing in your lives. Yeah. So, and there's enough business for everyone.
There's enough.
It's not a zero-sum game. I mean, build your own clientele. We talked about one customer at a time.
Yeah.
That's how you do it. So don't worry too much about competition. Worry about, am I serving this client? Have I abandoned this client in search of others?
Yeah.
Serve them. Stay committed to your clients.
Yeah.
Serve them better than any other person in the marketplace.
So this question, I don't know whether, because I'm thinking you've answered it somehow.
It's okay.
So by Kimaru Tepeni, he says, how to manage growth of a business. Did we answer it in the process?
A little bit.
Okay.
But this is not necessarily an exhaustive conversation.
Yeah.
But how you manage growth is, this is now where you need those plans now. Sometimes the business plan, we bring it too early into the game.
Yeah.
So growth must be planned now.
Okay.
So when you reach the place where now you're starting to have account managers and team members, 1 year, 2 years, now you have to still go back for that personal retreat and create a written plan for growth.
Wow. Okay. There are more questions, I tell you here. Hey, Joe, this one is a mouthful.
Let's go.
Should one really start that business? That's the first question. Then he goes on and says this. Starting business and side hustles have become a fashionable norm today due to a number of factors. But unfortunately, the bad is in capitals. But unfortunately, not everyone is cut out to fit into the business world or aren't ready and willing to pay the price. I think they want you to comment on that.
But the person has already said it all.
Yeah.
But let's put it this way.
Okay.
Entrepreneurship has an element of craziness.
Okay.
You know, some element of daringness. You've got to be a little crazy to get into this game.
Yeah.
Because you see, there are no guarantees.
Yeah.
So, but there's a person who is happy with the scenario. And so when we say, so don't jump into it.
Yeah.
Because it's a fashion.
You're right.
Entrepreneurship is something that speaks to you.
Yeah.
And you know, it's about problem solving, Minor. So yes, indeed, some people should not become entrepreneurs. How's that?
That's true. Some people should not become. I like that. By the way, can I read a comment here?
Let's go.
One of my friends is called Jimmy Kamau. He says, I'm good at bringing in structures. I loved the moment you said that, you know. So he's very good at structures, you know. We have all these big ideas, but he comes and solidifies how we should do these kind of things. And there are people who are like that, you know. They may not be the people who are the crazy people, I may use that word, but they will come and help you put down things and work things out, is it?
So what's the question?
I said some people are not made. I think that's the point.
And so let's just jump on that a little bit. Remember I said assets and opportunities.
Yeah.
So that's an asset he has.
Okay.
And that asset must be deployed to the right opportunity in the marketplace.
You're right. Okay.
So the work I do is about harnessing your brilliance. So I'd look to see how we can harness that.
Absolutely.
Can we just take a second on that? For that particular person.
Please, let's talk about
so this person has this thing about structure.
Yeah, he's very good at it.
You know, he's able to see all the jumbled pieces
Yeah.
and create structure out of that.
Absolutely.
Then he can be somebody who helps people to get clarity and structure. The person who helps you to come up with an action plan.
Yeah.
And
You're
he
right.
creates a business.
Yeah.
You know,
So you actually can create a business out of that.
that's my point. And that's what I actually do, Mina. I help people bring whatever passion or thing you love doing. I can help you to create a business out of it.
Jimmy, unasikiza. I love that.
So there are people who are looking for that. There are people who are looking for, that is, remember that's a surface problem.
Okay.
So I would look for, do you want to start a business? Do you have 59 crazy ideas? Are you feeling stuck and overwhelmed with what you're doing?
Yeah.
I have a solution called Structures for the Overwhelmed Business Owner. Okay, so can we have a chat? I will listen to you, and then we will together brainstorm the best way out, and at the end of it, I will give you a report. I just need 5K for that particular conversation.
And you will sort it. Okay, my goodness, we have about 4 minutes. I can do two more questions maybe, right?
Let's see.
There was this question by Mapesa Nigel. Why
you say
do
Mapesa?
most Mapesa,
Oh, sorry, just a thought in my head. Did I say that aloud? Continue.
Money. M-Pesa.
Sorry about that.
It's okay. Why do most banks don't believe in or invest on a startup proposal? Then the question goes on. Let's say even invest in the business until it grows. It's a question of why banks definitely are financials. Why don't they believe? I think she's worried about that.
Well, the thing is, it is what it is. Stop struggling with it.
It is what it is.
It is what it is, and it's not going to change tomorroh. How's that?
I know.
So stop looking to banks.
That's true.
Stop looking to banks to, you know, for funding etc.
Yeah.
How's that? Look for other alternative means.
Okay.
Build your capital slowly. Think long term and so on.
And start serving.
Let's remember, it is.
It is what it is.
Stop wasting your energy on that.
But James, though, you know, at some point, and we're going to have conversations with banks here.
Yeah, of course.
I think we need to be a bit friendlier to SMEs. I'm just saying.
Well, that's a different conversation.
I know, it's a very different
It's a different conversation, but I'm talking about that if I'm starting now,
for now,
I'm not going to start now trying to, you know, bat my head against that.
You're right.
I would rather get started. But in terms of getting banks to listen and to understand SMEs and to really, really, really serve them, because they're not serving them.
Yeah.
And they have abandoned the SME market.
Yeah.
That goes without saying.
Yeah.
They are answerable for that.
You're right.
And being in this ecosystem we're in, they cannot survive and have a good name if they abandon the engine driver of the economy.
You're right.
So that's a whole separate conversation.
Absolutely.
But for our viewer,
For
start
now.
serving clients.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely, I love that. I love that. So you got it there, Mapesa. Just start serving where you are. You know, that is very close to my heart. You know what? Let me just give you a story here in a sentence.
Yes.
One of the banks, I will not name it.
Yes.
You know, we had a solid contract, some months back, solid contract, signed it even by the client for about a year or so. And told them, guys, they've asked us to do this.
Yes.
Can you fund us? The first thing I was told, bring some assets we can look up to. And I said, hold on. I thought the contract itself
is the
and
assets.
a letter even from the trustworthy client,
Yes.
a renowned client,
Yes.
is already an asset. And they're like, no, we got to see some title deed or I don't know what. And I was like, And this is the story of many SMEs, you know.
Yes. Yes.
But anyway, there's hope. Just start with whatever, just manage whatever you have, you know. Let's do one more question.
Okay.
Ruth Kamau, this is quite a mouthful. Goodness, let me open it fully. She says this: how would you know a business idea is dead on arrival? When should one give up on a struggling business? Hey, there are many. For how long should one hold on before giving up, and how to revive a struggling business? It's not over yet. Just
Wow.
how to identify an unscalable business.
Yes.
Are we all cut out to do business? Hey, those were many.
Let's talk about when do I get out of this?
Yeah, I think that's it.
When do I get out of this? I mean, because the scaling is a growth and all that. How do I know it's dead on arrival? If you cannot identify who the customer is,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
and if you don't know what problem they are having,
Yeah.
if you cannot connect with them,
Yeah.
DOA.
Done.
I meant dead on arrival.
Dead on arrival.
Well done.
How many times here?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because business is about serving a customer.
You're right.
It's a customer who is findable. You know, a lot of people struggle by trying to get customers who are not findable.
Yeah.
It is a customer who is findable, the customer who is available.
You're right.
Yeah. And, about solving a problem.
Yeah.
And if you cannot identify that problem and then create a solution for it, then it's DOA.
Dead on arrival. Thanks a lot, Ruth Kamau. There you go. I actually feel like all those questions were actually connected to that one particular that we've answered right here. Because the scaling up, we have answered all that about it. My goodness, thanks a lot for all these questions that were sent. There were others who were just asking the question, why business? You know, now you have your answers, because some of them I was combining to see what guys were asking. And thanks a lot for all your questions. Guess what? It's 9:01.
Wow.
And I know,
amazing.
I know.
It's okay.
And I know, James, you have some other
I have a
guys waiting for you as well. And thanks a lot for your comments. I couldn't read all of them, but thanks a lot for always, being there.
Welcome.
And James, our resident coach, will be here to answer more of your questions soon.
Yes. And to give the state of the entrepreneur nation.
Absolutely. The state of entrepreneurship. There you go. Shall have that again.
Great stuff, Maina. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And there you have it. Thanks a lot for your valued company. And remember to share this out so that everybody else can learn as well from this conversation we've had. Thanks a lot. That is it for now. Biz Talks. See you then. Keep working. Now, everybody has a different story when it comes to building a business. To some, it's never an easy task to partake. And to some, they have very good stories of how they started from scratch and built their empires to profitability. And that's the reason why Bizna Kenya and MC Moments have partnered to bring you Biz Talks. Biz Talks. And here we shall be hosting mentors, people who have gone ahead of us, people who have created these empires, people who have also on the verge of creating these particular big businesses. And these lessons will be valuable for you, the business person, for you, the aspiring business person, the entrepreneur, so that at least you can make wise decisions when it comes to building that business. So every Friday at 8 a.m. on all business platforms, that's the Facebook and YouTube channel, and of course MC Moments